I genuinely don't understand why a lot of people, kind of went too ham with the result against Brentford. Look, we've lost a lot of these games this way this season. We've played better in some games and we've not taken any points. We came into this game 1 win and 9. So for you to get 3 points, clean sheet against one of the hardest teams, we've been playing, when it comes to like recent head to head, we haven't really beaten Brentford for a while as well. So for the manager to get this dub and still seeing people kind of have a meltdown to me is crazy because it's like, bro, we play well, we don't get results anyway. We've played terribly for the most part, got all 3 points, and people still want to have something to complain about. Like, I just don't understand. We're at that point in the season where 3 points is 3 points. It's starting to feel like we just need to keep picking up as many points as possible because you have your Uniteds, you got your Newcastles, even Liverpool, Aston Villa. We got these are the teams that right now we're basically competing with to be in that top four. We're now winning the league. So if I'm going to get results like this where I don't play well and I still walk away with 3 points, I'm taking it. I can understand the frustration with, the expectation that potentially this new coach comes in, he brings his own new philosophy, his new ideas, but it's been like 3 games. That's number one. It's going to take a while for you to be able to imprint onto the team how you want them to play. But Brentford at home, 3 points, clean sheet is not the game I'm going to be complaining about. Yes, the performance can be a lot better, but right now it's all about points on the board. We've been playing some nice football. We've lost games. So maybe it's time for us to go back to that, haram football, doesn't look great, and still pick up points at the end of the day. Like, it's just, this is where we're at now, and now it's starting to feel like I think people just want something to really overreact about. Like, I get it. It sucks that Maresca had to go. It's even worse that they had to bring in, a coach that isn't really highly rated, isn't really looked at with a lot of confidence in the fan base. I can understand all of that. But at the end of the day, I'm always still going to want Chelsea to win games, to pick up points, and be challenging for trophies. So, like, I think people are going a bit overboard. Performance wasn't great, but we picked up 3 points. These are games that another time we could have lost that game and we would have just been here again. In the last couple of games we've played against Brentford, we haven't really won a lot of them, to be completely honest. So Rossinier coming in, getting his win, clean sheet as well, and the performances could get better. We got to thank Robert Sanchez for some of the saves he was pulling in this game, especially the one from Jacquet to keep it going from 1-0 to 1-1. It was a brilliant save. And see, Sanchez is a very interesting one because he could do 99 things right, but the 100th mistake he makes, it's a very big one. Like we saw against Arsenal, maybe the first goal he was pushed in the back, okay, but that second goal to concede to Gyökeres, that was Bozo Sanchez all over again. That was it was a bad game. Goalkeepers are allowed to have bad games. Players are allowed to have bad games. I think his bad games just be very, very evident. Like when Sanchez has a bad game, it's really big. So I'm not really going to be shitting on Sanchez for the most part because I think for the most part this season he has been top. He has kept us in it. Can you always have a better goalkeeper than Sanchez? Absolutely. Can you have a better, player in different, departments of this team? Absolutely. But our biggest problem right now isn't Sanchez, and we all know it. Mostly our center backs, and a big one is our wingers. Joao Pedro is getting his goals, whether we like it or not. He looks lazy at times. He doesn't look, as connected sometimes. He looks like the effort is a bit low, but the numbers don't lie. He's got goals, he's got assists. Palmer has been injured for the most part this season, so the reliance, on that kind of two-man combo hasn't really been there. Esteval has been in and out of this team a lot. We've had to really watch a lot of Garnacho and Neto. So the frustration is there, but Sanchez ain't really the problem. I think, yes, we could do a lot better than Sanchez in the future, but right now, the focus really should be the center backs and the wingers we got, to be completely honest with you. I think we need new wingers in the summer, but again, this is where we're at, and it's just, I'll take the win. This Wednesday, if we can get another win, go to Palace, get another win, kind of build a bit of consistency in results, build some momentum, I think we'll be good. Yesterday, Senegal won the AFCON, and one of the standout players of that game was Mamadou Sarr. See, people like to have this conversation about experience, age being related, experience and age being tied into one. And for the most part, the older you are, yes, the more experience you'd have over someone who's younger. But there's also times when it's more about quality than how old you are. Sarr only played 2 games in this AFCON semifinal and the final. Both games, that guy was impeccable, especially in the final yesterday. He played like a senior pro. He played like a seasoned vet. Now you have people talking about you should bring Sarr back to the club, cut his loan from Strasbourg. But you understand the situation with Strasbourg and Chelsea right now. Like, whatever we do, whoever when we took Rosinha from them, bro, it was also a big shamble. Like, it was already an issue. Now you're taking Rosinha, you're taking Sarr. Look, Sarr is a Chelsea player, so if Chelsea want to recall him, bring him back at the end of the day. But you can't, on one hand, be like, why are you disrupting their season, taking their manager, and then on the same hand go take one of their best center backs from that team again. You got to be consistent with it. It's either you wouldn't want Chelsea pulling a manager and a player from Strasbourg mid-season, or you don't. Me personally, I couldn't give 2 shits if Chelsea wanted to bring Sarr back, because we need center backs. So if it were up to me and they said we could do it, go bring Sarr. But Sarr is also 19. Sarr doesn't have the experience when people talk about experience, but he has the quality. He showed that quality in one of the biggest stages, in African football. The 19, 20-year-old was one of the best players on the pitch. People are raving about Sarr, but he's 19. He don't really got that much experience either, which brings me to this point of Jeremy Jacquet. I haven't seen the guy play, but from everything you read about the guy, from people who have done their analysis, people who provide, in-depth kind of threads, everybody or most people rave about the guy. He's 20 years old. He doesn't have the relative experience like we could talk about because he's a young player. But if this guy can come in and help this defense, I'm all for it. Because you're looking at the oldest center backs in this team. Tosin, Chalobah, and to an extent Fofana. These guys have a lot of experience. They've played a lot of games. And then maybe not Fofana because he's always been injured. But you take Trev and you take Tosin. These guys have played a lot of games. But they're also the ones that make the most mistakes. So I really don't think, okay, just because he's 19, he can't come in and make a difference. Like, what are we doing? If you're a quality player and you can come in and you can deliver, come in and deliver. That's it. Jacquet could come in and just take a minute to adapt, but their quality could just shine through. We don't know that. But for people then just to be raving about Sarr having one of the best games at AFCON, bro, he's 19 as well. So I don't understand this whole, emphasis on how young these players are, if they can come in and, make an impact. Like, I get it. We need to bring in, players that have been tried and tested, that have been through and through. You know what I mean? But it's also like, you can't always just have to hold on to that age card. The guy can come in and kill it. Another question as well, if you bring in Jacquet, you have Joshua Champong, you have Ansel Milner on loan. How does that work? Why does Chelsea have to be the only team that whenever we can improve and have enough quality and abundance in an area, it's an issue? Like, I don't understand why that's a problem. If you can have Jacquet, Sarr, Trev, Levi Colwell, Anselmino, all in this team and they give you different great qualities moving forward, who cares about, whoa, why are you gonna like stockpile? Bro, we're struggling and we're starving for good center backs. You have a few good ones you can get, and you'll complain as well. How is that going to affect Josh? If Josh is good to play, he is going to play. I'm sorry. Badiashile can cut. Trev can cut. Tosin can go. That's already 3 center backs that should be sold. Period. I see a lot of people making excuses for Trev. If you pair him with a good center back, he'll do well. Yes, Trev is really a squad player to me at the end of the day. Chalobah is a squad player for me at best, because this guy, he makes too many simple mistakes. Just like Sanchez, we can have a big upgrade on Trevor Chalobah. Trevor Chalobah ain't the hill I'm going to die on. So if he has to be sold, he can get gone. I'd rather see Sarr. I'd rather see, Josh given more opportunities. If Jacquet, is the guy people talk about, then I'd rather see that than the options we have. So I don't understand this whole thing about, well, one, he's young. Rennes said, this is one of our valuable assets. You want to buy him. You feel like he's the profile, he's the player that you want to bring into your team, the person who can come in and help you. This is the price. If you can negotiate it down, great. If not, see if you can find better options. But if he's your number one target, this is the money we want. We'll see what those negotiations go to. But I'm not really worried about, how much this costs. If he's a good player, he's a good player. We spent 40 M's, 45 M's on Garnacho, and we both know some of the limitations he has. This ain't really my money at the end of the day. These guys know what they want to do with their bread, and I'm just going to let them do it. If Jacquet is the guy they want to bring him in. If he comes in and he's shit, we will criticize as fans. That's it. But from seeing the options we've had so far, nothing has been working. Trevor is not good enough. Tosin is not good enough. Badiashile is not good enough. Desasi needs to be sold. That's 4 center backs that can cut and go, and we would not care. So that's just my 2 cents on it. People are doing the most. Again, Chelsea, this is the model they want to go for. I don't necessarily agree with a lot of it, because I think you can bring in some really talented youngsters. You can bring in, you look at the likes of your Lavias, your Santos, your Gerald Hato, who I think is going to be a very good player, has very good qualities as well. When we brought in Cole Palmer, very young, so Caicedo, young player we brought in. Enzo, young player we brought in. So we've brought in, even Gusto, young, good player we brought in. But you can and you should be mixing it up with, your senior level players that can give you, that know-how feel, that know-how, just mentality. But I'm not upset at the fact that if you think a 19-year-old is going to be one of the best pillars of your foundation building up, if that's who you think is going to do it for you, go get him. I'm sorry. I don't care about, look at Sarr. He's 19, but would rather Sarr start for us now than Trev. So I think people need to chill with this whole, oh my God, it's another, 19-year-old. If Jacquet was 27 and he had only played 30 games, would it have really mattered if they're going to go spend 50 M's, 60 M's on him? If he was 29, would it have mattered if he's just getting his opportunity now? I don't think a lot of people would have really cared. I understand the age thing. It's just a very weird thing with Chelsea now, with just youngsters. But bro, if you feel this is if you've done your homework, which again, our sporting directors don't really do a lot of homework. So I do see the point in that. They just make a lot of terrible mistakes. But if Jacquet is going to come in and give me better performances than Tosin and Chalobah and Badiashile, please sign me up. I'd rather see him. I'd rather see Josh and Fofana and Colwell and Reece James and Gusto and Cucurella in my defense, and Sarr start of next season. So bro, forget about all of this. That's my thing. People are raving about Sarr. He's 19. If you're good, you're good. That's my argument. If you have quality, you have quality. So that's just my 2 cents on it, people. Like the video, hop to the channel, sub to the channel, hop in the comments, let me know how you feel. I'm gonna catch you on the next one. Peace.